Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. This is Melissa Zurcher, who has thankfully been nice enough to join me today to ask her a few questions. She teaches various formats at our club and has recently gone through quite a few of life-changing event, or I guess you could say one life-changing event. But we will start with my questions I have for her as a master instructor, because she is a master guru for high fitness. And as to kind of stay with the theme of my previous interview with Janelle, I'd like to ask her how that has affected the way she teaches her classes. So Melissa, how has becoming a master instructor, now teaching other instructors is what makes it so different, affected the way you teach your classes?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm super honored to be asked to do this, so thank you, Stacy. And in being a master trainer for high, because I am asked to train people how to go into the public and how to cue and how to teach effectively and how to teach safety and technique and musicality, I now look at my own classes completely different. I look at it more through the lens of being very particular about form, being very particular about technique, and what it takes to deliver a very effective workout, and how to translate the workout that I want to make sure that it gets across and that people are understanding what it is that we're actually doing and what the intention of the workout is.
Definitely, love it. And then what are your top 3 recommendations for either newly certified high fitness or really any instructor working their way into the fitness industry, or even instructors who have been teaching for a while but are maybe applying at a new club or a new facility? What are your 3 recommendations for them?
So I would say, first of all, going to as many classes as you can of other instructors, particularly in the format that you're hoping to instruct. But cross-training, you can get different technique moves in all types of classes. So going to other instructors, getting new tips, getting new techniques, getting new ways of forming an entire workout, and seeing how they deliver a workout, and seeing what cueing they use, or what motivation they use, or what technique cueing that they use. And then I would also say being authentic and being genuine to what is natural for you. If you are able to be yourself, your own personality, and that shines through, then the participants are more able to embrace what workout you're trying to portray to them, and the energy is created there, and they're that just comes across better. And then I would also say that practicing. With new instructors for high particularly, I let new instructors come up, or I invite new instructors to come up and maybe do a song, maybe do a couple of songs to kind of get them comfortable with being in front of people. And also practicing, maybe you get your friends and your family to join you at home, and just practicing until you feel like you're ready to stand in front of a crowd.
I love that. And I love, on that last note of her explaining that she invites people to come up and basically practice on the stage, it's finding that other instructor that might be someone that you can kind of use as a mentor toward that format. And I know as instructors, we tend to love to share information with each other. And so for the most part, thankfully in our industry, we have some very nice, informative people. So finding an instructor like Melissa who will let you come on stage with her and practice.
My stage is your stage. Exactly. Come on up.
It's brilliant. And then just a list of resources that you tend to use more often for music, class motivation, drills, skills. What are some of your favorite resources that you use?
Well, I am a very active learner. And so my number one and most favorite way to gain information or gain inspiration is to actually attend conventions. And I've been fortunate enough to train or to attend AAAI, to attend IDEA Fitness Convention, and to actually work at and also take classes at the Mania conventions. And there's nothing like actually sitting on a bike, listening to Amy Dixon deliver a class, or actually going through Shaun T's workout with him live, and seeing how they relay their workout and how they create their energy and the motivation that they use. So I think that being able to do that live and in person is everything.
So true.
As far as music, I am a a firm believer in the beat. I'm a beat girl. I danced my whole life, so the 32 count for me is very, very important in structuring a class. And so I like instructormusic.com is my favorite. They use the genuine artists. I mean, they use the real artists, so it's not, when you're looking for JT singing a song, it is actually JT singing a song.
Much nicer.
And it's all on the 32 count, and it keeps it, it's not too mixed, you know, like too DJ mix, so it's not unrecognizable.
That's good.
But it's got that good steady beat, so I like that. And
That's
then
awesome.
the third thing is, whenever I travel, I take the opportunity to attend classes in the area. Maybe classes that we don't have here in Seattle, whatever it is, so I can see. I was even in Amsterdam one year, and I took a Bikram yoga class there. So wherever I'm traveling, I just like to go and see what the local area has to offer.
Awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So here are the questions I have for Melissa regarding, like I had said, a life-changing event recently. So it was beginning of May that it happened?
March 30th.
March, it was so long ago. I feel like it just happened because it's been so emotional. I can't imagine
Very
for you.
emotional.
Very emotional. So Melissa experienced an injury that I will let her explain a little bit more about, but I'm so happy that she's going to open up about this, because I know if we haven't already, we're going to experience aches and pains at some point in our life as an instructor, if not an injury of some kind, and we will have to find a way to overcome that. And so my questions for Melissa, if she wants to explain her injury a little bit or the event at all, is how did the experience of overcoming the injury change your teaching, actually, even now while you've been making your way back to teaching?
Well, I actually tore my ACL, and I had ACL reconstruction about 6 weeks ago, so I'm still in the rehab process. And as Stacy mentioned, it was life-altering for me. Exercise, for me, as for a lot of people, is an outlet. It's my emotional release. It's my time away from my kids and my family, where I'm able to be just Melissa by myself. And it's also my social, my community, my support, and I've made some of my closest and dearest friends from the fitness community. So it is a huge part of my life. It was a blow, blow for sure, but you know, it was a minor setback, or it's a temporary setback, I should say, and we can come back stronger. So in my teaching, I've noticed that I've changed because I'm more aware of everybody of the participants in class and what they've been through, whether they've been through an injury, whether they're coming back from an illness or something. You know, my modifications, we always talk about making sure we offer modifications for all of our participants, but now I'm living the modifications. So I feel like I can understand what our participants are going through more than I faced it myself, and I am making sure that I'm offering all types of modifications, even more than I was before.
I love it. And then really my next question regarding Melissa's injury, I can tell, I've known Melissa for a while, and I know that she is a very positive person in general, and always, constantly, consistently. So when this happened, it was kind of my first time to experience her going through something this extreme and seeing her reaction to it. So I'd love for her to share her advice to someone who may experience again, a life-altering injury or setback in their group fitness lifetime.
It's definitely a mental blow, an emotional blow, I would say, almost more than anything else. And it's just changing the patience that's required to go through a rehab and a serious injury is huge. So being patient with your body and being patient with how you're recovering. And then also looking at things that you can do. So I obviously wasn't able to use a lot of my lower body, but I was able to do all upper body, and I would come to the gym on my crutches, and I'd stand at a bench, and I'd do all my upper body because that was the only thing that I could do. And so I would just slowly adopt or bring back in things that I was able to do as I'm going through the rehab process. And then usually with major injuries, there's some type of rehab process that's necessary, whether it's physical therapy or whatever. And so really staying on the course of where your physical therapist is laying out exactly your rehab direction. And my poor PT is always having to rein me in because I am ready to go, but I have to listen to him, and he knows what my limitations are so that I can come back stronger and I can come back safely.
Because this actually isn't the first time you've experienced this, so you have double experience in this, but it's so amazing to watch her go through this, because she didn't exactly say that, I think the day after, or maybe literally a few days after she was injured. Not only did I see her on the arm crank machine getting after it, but she was able to have her doctor clear her so that she could teach cycling before her actual surgery. So she is definitely an overcomer, and you quickly worked on overcoming this so fast. So it's very impressive. And you kind of spoke about this earlier, but what motivated you to not just be like, well, forget this fitness thing and give up? What motivated you to really come back to it?
For sure, hands down, without question, the biggest motivation to coming back are the participants in class. There is, as I mentioned, they're some of my closest friends, and that opportunity I have to share their lives. They tell me about their kids, they tell me about their jobs, they invite me into their lives, and I take that. I'm so grateful for that opportunity to become their friend. I know that they sacrifice an hour or more of their time in their day, and I take that with a lot of responsibility, and I know what it means to them, and I hope they know also what it means to me. And the support that I received in tearing my knee and the rehab was unbelievable. People just rallied and supported like crazy, and it was so touching. I think the energy that is created in a group fitness class is unlike anything else, and I die to get back to those faces that I get to see every day.
Exactly. And we're so happy that she is back to teaching some circuit, some strength classes, some cycling. I know the participants are really happy to have you back. So it's slowly implementing more and more classes. And then finally, just for fun, I like to ask, what is your favorite book or resource that you like to give other people?
The name of it just left me. It's Chrissy Wellington's story, Overcoming Obstacles, I think. Anyway, Chrissy Wellington. She is a 4-time Ironman winner, and she just talks about everything that she's overcome in her life, from eating disorders to coaches that were really kind of destructive a little bit, and what is required of her mentally, physically, emotionally to get through something as incredible and as overwhelming to me as an Ironman. Yeah, being pushed to your ultimate limit. It's a mental, I think, more than anything else.
That's so awesome. And then last thing, if you could create a billboard, what would it say?
I say this all the time. I actually want t-shirts made, Stacey.
Okay, done.
And the t-shirt the billboard would say, be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Because I think that always pushing your limit, whether it's in physical, if it's in exercise, whether it's in your career, whatever it is, just pushing your limit, because you never know where it's going to take you.
I love that. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again so much, Melissa, for joining me.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed. Let us know if you have any questions or comments.
Thank you.